The resurgence of Beyblade has never been stronger than it is today. With a plethora of great releases looking back on Beyblade's past, it makes choosing your favorite Beyblades a difficult task, especially when it comes to competitive Beyblade combos. But today, I will be taking on naming my top 10 favorite Beyblade X combos that cover my competitive journey and personal preferences. But the reason for today's video is because it's a special day today for the channel. It's my birthday. So I want to consider this video a birthday special, the JacobPom birthday special. And since it's my birthday, I want to remind you guys to subscribe and like the video because we are almost to 10,000 subscribers, you guys. Literally, we are almost 1,000 subscribers away from hitting our goal. So it would be a great birthday present if we reached that number. But thank you guys overall for all of the support the past year. I really appreciate you guys being here, and I can't wait to make more memories with you. So with all of the semantics out of the way, let's dive in to my top 10 favorite Beyblade X combos. Starting at number 10, we have a strong pick in the race, which is the Beyblade X combo Cobalt Drake on 160 Low Rush. Cobalt Drake actually landed here because it was my main entry point into buying Beyblade X products. I remember looking up Beyblades, and as soon as I saw the metal coat blue, I was hooked. It may not be the best combo in the game that performs on par with other attack types, but it does do well in Beyblade X limited formats. And no one can deny that it's a super drippy Beyblade. And I'm sure it's more than just my favorite Beyblade too. But now we gotta get on to some serious Beyblade X competitive combos, which at the number 9 spot, we have the combo Impact Drake on 360 Rush. This Beyblade combo actually mirrors Cobalt Drake's, but was actually something that performed pretty well for me earlier this year. Impact Drake's attack potency is just out of this world and will always remind me of my middle evolution for Beyblade. I'm sure a ton of you still use Impact Drake and even have it as your favorite Beyblade. So many of you know how this Beyblade performs and how strong it is in the stadium. I also remember using this Beyblade so much when I was trying to get really good at Beyblade. So this marks a time when I was still really training up my skill to the highest level possible. But now we gotta throw it back even more because the number 8 spot is another OG combo for me, and that is Unicorn Sting on 960 Ball. This was one of my original combos I used before Wizard Rod's release and before Silverwolf came out, back when I used a stamina type Beyblade in my deck pretty consistently, just so I could try to have some pretty even balanced combos in my deck. It also marks the very beginning of my Beyblade X journey, which triggers a lot of the nostalgia, especially because it reminds me of one of my favorite Beyblades of all time from Metal Fusion, Ray Striker. But now we gotta move on to number 7, which this Beyblade has been known to be a huge meta threat and one of the top tier favorite Beyblades of all time. That Beyblade is Phoenix Wing, specifically on the combo 360 Rush or 960 Point. I actually kind of swapped this Beyblade combo around during my first year playing of X, but it stuck with me for quite a long while, and was actually the first Beyblade I bought back in January 2024. So it hits hard in the feelings and in the stadium, which is why it lands at number 7 on my list. But now we gotta move on to number 6, which is a Beyblade I actually cherished for a really long time and stayed in my deck for about 7 to 8 months, which is one of the longest times a Beyblade has stayed in my deck. The Beyblade in question being Cobalt Dragoon, specifically on the combo 560 Elevate. As many of you know, this is a really strong Beyblade combo due to its equalizing nature. The left spin goat of Beyblade X has seen a lot of variety in its use, and is definitely a Beyblade favored by many. Nowadays, it has faded away from being a real top tier meta beast, but it'll always be seen as one of the goats for me. I also just love its design and really fell for its gear chip. It actually inspired me to make my own dragon type gear chip too, and honestly, a lot of of the Beyblades so far have actually been Beyblades I consider to be pretty popular in of themselves. And honestly, it makes sense as to why they're just the goats. But if you want to get some of these Beyblades for yourself, make sure to check out the sponsor of today's video, Baylocker, the one-stop part shop for Beyblade X. And they just restocked a bunch of Beyblades from Clock Mirage all the way back to Dran Buster. And one special thing about the Baylocker sponsorship today is that my code, JacobPom, can get you 15% off of your order. But just for today, November 5th, to celebrate my birthday. So hurry and check it out and get the parts that you need for competitive tournaments. And I hope that Baylocker treats you well. But yeah, make sure to get all the Beyblade parts you can, you guys, because this 15% off code is only gonna be lasting for the next, like, what, 16 hours, 18 hours, depending on when this video goes out. But anyway, let's move on to my top 5 favorite Beyblade X combos. At number 5, we're gonna start with a real OG, and that Beyblade is Dran Sword, specifically on the combo 360 Taper or 160 Low Rush. In my opinion, this Beyblade is the real OG of Beyblade X, and was actually my signature Beyblade X combo for the start of my Beyblade journey. I personally prefer the Cobalt Blue Dran Sword, and when that came out, I actually went out and bought like 10. It can still hold up a little bit in today's meta, but it definitely sees more use in something like a Beyblade X limited format. It hits hard, has a great shape, but it is definitely a Beyblade that is gonna just stay around and be known as one of the original iconic Beyblade X bays. But now, let's move on to number 4. And at this pick, we got another awesome bay, which is the upgrade to Dran Sword, being Dran Buster on the combo 160 flat. Also specifically the Barcelona version, as the color on that one just goes crazy. Overall, Dran Buster is a beast and laid down the building blocks for all other critical hit attack types. It has also been one of the most iconic Bit Beast designs as well, or I guess just Gear Chip Beast designs, not Bit Beast, but yeah. It definitely has a hugely iconic Gear Chip design. So overall, it's just super goated. Plus, its blade design is insanely aggressive, and who doesn't love that? But now we're entering the top 3 favorite Beyblade X combos, which is insane. These top 3 Beyblades just do it so much more than all the other ones previously. They have become my favorite Beyblade X bays, and actually are in my Beyblade X deck currently. Which, starting off with number 3, we're gonna look at Pegasus Blast, the rebirth of Cosmic or Big Bang Pegasus. The specific combo for this is one you guys also should know about if you've been watching my channel, and that is Pegasus Blast on wheel 970 or 960 Taper. This Beyblade packs a lot of nostalgia for me, while also just being a huge powerhouse in the stadium. So it definitely doesn't really need a whole spiel, especially because you can check out this video I did about it. It was a like insane time finding that combo, but definitely check it out if you want to, learn more about it. But because of that combo, it really did earn the number 3 spot on my list. But now we got to move on to the runner-up Beyblade, the number 2 Beyblade, and a world championship favorite, Hover Wyvern, the Beyblade that has taken the world by storm. This Beyblade has actually took the spot of Dran Buster in my deck on the combo 960 kick. I started using this combo as soon as it was out in the United States, but once the blue and purple version was announced, my love for it boomed. It truly became one of my favorite Beyblade X bays, and its attack nature made it one of my signature options for the attack type in my deck, which also creates the best duo alongside my number 1 pick, which for this one, it is my signature Beyblade, the one so many people know me for, and the Beyblade I rep on my shoulder, the most epic Beyblade I've used, Aero Pegasus specifically on the combo 960 Rush or 160 Rush. It has been my ace Beyblade since early October of 2024 and has been the main reason I would have been able to perform so consistently in the tournaments. Aero Pegasus really did skyrocket my level of play higher than I ever thought possible. Alongside it being basically the evolution to Galaxy Pegasus from Metal Fight Beyblade, it was able to steal my heart for that nostalgia and the look of it. The power behind this Beyblade just feels legendary, and it looks better than a diamond in my opinion. Holding this Beyblade in my hand makes me feel insane. Like I feel like I'm actually Jinga Hagane or something sometimes, but you know, it's just that cool, honestly. Aero Pegasus is so cool, dude. But yeah, it really truly has cemented itself as one of, if not the best Beyblade in the X generation, which is why it lands itself at the #1 spot for my favorite X Beyblade. Overall, I think the one thing you can gather from my favorite Beyblades is that I love the color blue. I mean, I'm literally wearing it right now. But yeah, besides my blue addiction, I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about my top 10 favorite Beyblades. And definitely let me know in the comments below, what are your top 10 favorite X Beyblades? Definitely keep on sticking around though, you guys, because there are a ton of competitive Beyblade videos coming soon. Especially this Saturday. I have a special video coming out, so stay tuned, you guys. And thank you so much for the support for the past year. It has been awesome, and I can't wait to keep on making more great Beyblade memories with you guys. It's gonna be super sick. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to always keep on spinning, you guys. Catch you guys on the next one. For real, for real.